Well, the Super Bowl just concluded, and maybe you didn't watch it. Maybe it wasn't the greatest game and your team wasn't in the event. But I got to tell you this, I actually did watch it. And at the end of the game, it was amazing to see something that we need in our own lives and something that your team needs each and every day. There were players, important players on both teams that were injured during the game. There were players toward the end of the game that they were double covering the best receiver on one of the teams, doing everything they could to stop them, right? The time was counting down and the Rams were losing and they had to drive the entire field and they were banged up and they were being double covered and all these things were happening, and yet they persevered through. See, they stayed focused on what they needed to accomplish. And what I thought was really interesting when the game was over is he said, you know what? It just comes back to practice. It just comes back that we know one another, that we spend time loving on one another, that we have run through these drills. So many times, I believe, in our lives, we just show up to perform and we've done nothing to prepare. See, we cannot just show up and expect to perform without any level of preparation. And how do you prepare with your team is going to look different for the type of team that you have. But taking time to prepare, taking time to bond with one another so that in the critical moments, instead of falling apart, you come together and you win. See, that's the difference between the teams that win and the teams that don't win. When the pressure is on, the teams that have nothing in common, that they haven't spent time together out of work, they don't invest time in preparation. Do you ever just sit and think? Do you ever just plan and vision of what could be? If all you're doing is constantly working, then when the pressure's really on, you're not prepared and you're not together. I think it's a great learning. And then when the ball flipped around and the other team had the ball and they were trying to make it happen, a couple of players just stepped up and said, this is on me. I'm going to make it. As it's up to me, we're going to win this game. Is that the kind of attitude that you bring each and every day to your team? Are you the one that's complaining about somebody else, or do you say, so it's up to me? Today, we win. I think we can learn from what we saw in those games and use it practically in your everyday life. You have to bond and have relationships. You must prepare in order to perform. And at the end of the day, you have to have enough personal responsibility that you say, as so it is up to me today, my team will win. I hope this helps you on your journey. And if I could help your team by diving deeper, I would love to come and do an in-person event. It's time. We need to get back to doing those types of things. And I would love to do that for your team as well. In the meantime, my friends, God bless. We'll see you real soon.